Hey, howdy, welcome to my channel. My name is Perez, and today we're going to be talking about how to properly meditate. So, something important to consider when you're starting meditation is to understand your reasoning why you would want to meditate. Because if you're just doing it just to give yourself a break, if you just want to take a break from the everyday life, be it from annoying coworkers, bills, or just stresses in general, it's important to learn how to properly relax and give yourself a break, give yourself that space for yourself. And if you're in it for raising deeper states of being for yourself and allowing yourself to become more immersed in your practice and your crafts, you have to understand the different processes that you need to do in order to reach those states of being. So for me, for a really long time, I've been on a journey learning how to meditate. At the beginning, when I was young, I started meditating naturally. I Instead of worrying about all these things going on in everyday life, I just allow myself to be. Because when we're a kid, we are, how should I say, we are carefree. We are not carrying the burdens or traumas that this physical world has. So, as a child, I sat down and meditated. I allowed myself to experience the world around me. I remember that by doing this, I was able to reach a deeper understanding of the world, a deeper connection with it. And I went so deep, in fact, that when I started reaching deeper states of being naturally, which allow me to connect with the spiritual world, be able to speak to beings, spirits, demons, whatever, even angels. I was able to experience these things because I was not holding myself to this grounded physical world, because there was nothing to keep me anchored to it. But as I grew, people started speaking to me, hey, be afraid, hey, shun these things, hey, stress out, hold on to things, stuff like that. And a lot of this feedback, I myself as a child decided to do things that I got taught to do. Because if an adult is saying it, of course it has to be true, no? Am I wrong? So eventually, as I listened to these people, I started to lose my way for myself, for my state of being. I started to be more confused. I started to be more lost with who I am and what I am doing. And I started to get more depressed over time. I started to feel like my light lost vigor. And I started to realize that something was wrong for a really long time. And I didn't understand why. Eventually, I got to a point where I started to fall apart because I was pushing away the parts of myself that was naturally there. The part of me that's in peace. The part of me that existed. The part of me that was connected to this world. Because I held on to my beliefs. I held on my beliefs so strongly that I was starting to tear me apart. I later realized that these beliefs I was holding on to weren't even mine to begin with. It's from another person that I decided to take the beliefs upon myself. I started to realize a lot of things that I trusted in and believed in were wrong, were not true, and just simply holding me back. So after I had this realization, I spent many years trying to reach that part of myself that knew how to connect into my deeper being, into my deeper existence. And I could not remember how to tread that road But what I did remember was the feeling I had in those moments where I was free. When I let go of everything, when I allow myself to connect to this world, to connect what was beyond that. That's the feeling that I allow myself to follow. And and I went online eventually and I started to look out ways to how to meditate. A lot of information out there is wrong, false, or missing key concepts. But since I didn't have a place to start, I decided to follow the first things I found, which was close your eyes, relax, take a deep breath, and let it be. I did this for a while, and suffice to say, it didn't really work. Closing your eyes, relaxing, stuff like that, I could not do that for the life of me. Because for one, I'm a super stressed out individual. I'm constantly stressing. I'm constantly holding on to things, feelings, even the traumas I carry throughout my life. So I did this for a number of years. And I realized, like, yo, if I'm holding on to these things, wait, hold on, hold on. So, so I realized if I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, even though they never happen, maybe I might be doing something wrong. So I decided for myself to try something different. I told myself if you are doing the same thing over and over again, that is practically the definition of insanity. So I decided to try on my own. Took my younger self as a reference. So what I'm doing is just allowing myself to observe my reality. One of the key factors when it comes to meditation is awareness. Because if you're not aware of your body, mind, or even spirit, or even your surroundings, you're not meditating. You are not present in that moment. So, in order for one to go into deeper states of being, you have to become aware. It's kind of like waking up from a rock. So, the way you do this is what I do personally, and that's worked the best for me so far, is that I take a deep breath and I look around my surroundings and allow myself just to observe. Whatever thoughts may come to mind, any doubts, any fears, I just observe and I don't react. Reacting is easy, but as you allow yourself to experience and get used to these emotions that pop up, you will build up more of a tolerance of just observing. Second key to meditation is observation. First is awareness, second is observation. Once you observe, start to notice different things, be it energy, you might reach different energy, you might notice little things in the ceiling, you might notice how your thoughts may seem kind of peculiar, maybe some feelings don't seem right. And this will lead you to allowing yourself to see deeper into things. So another key component I like to bring up is acceptance. Myself, I for a really long time pushed a lot of things away. And I realized if I'm constantly pushing things away, then how can I reach into deeper states of being if I'm so focused on fighting everything? If I'm so focused on survival. So when you allow yourself to become accepting of your feelings, your thoughts, and emotions, just sit with them. Sit with what is there. Accept that you feel this way. Accept that your fears are there. Accept that your beliefs may be true, maybe not. Just accept your existence. And as you do, you'll be able to go into your deeper states of relaxation. Relaxation is simply the act of letting go. And that is super hard to do. Letting go for a lot of us because we're taught to hold on to things. So letting go is another key of meditation. When you start to let go, it's by when you start to let go, you start to allow yourself to flow. It's like opening a river up. There's a dam built on it. And the more you, how should I say it, let go of the rocks that have been building that river, the more the water will flow. And the more you let go, the easier it gets. Letting go is just an act of no longer worrying, no longer stressing, just acceptance and letting go. That's all it is. And as you do these things, you have to exercise these different key aspects. And the more you exercise it, the easier it gets every single time. And lastly, understand that your reality is a reflection of you and what you have going on inside. If you're stressed, you're feeling grimy, or whatever may be there, your world reflects that. Your being reflects that. If you're, how should I say it, if you're having a good life, you're having a good time, things going your way, you're going to feel it within your being. You are the reflection. And once you go deeper into yourself, into your deeper states of being, as you do the process of meditation, you're going to start to see that the more you go in, the more reflections you see. The more reflections you see, the more illusions you will notice that we have grown to love. We have grown and cultivated within ourselves. These illusions are things that are keeping us back. These illusions are things that are beliefs that are erroneous or even based on fear. But if you're able to conquer this, the world will shift around you. It's really interesting to explain it, because after you get through the process of meditation, you start to reach into the second state of being. It either can be just more awareness, or even, how should I say it? But yeah, and as you do all these things, all these meditation keys, as you do all these things in relation to the meditation, you're going to reach into a different state of being. And once you do, your beliefs are going to be different. The way you see and understand the world will become different, because you're no longer anchored to this reality that we live in, which we call the physical world. Now we are experiencing reality more of what it truly is. In this state of being, you start to get insights, be it how the world works, be it situations that you may find yourself in, and things can even communicate with you, be it entities, energies, or whatever. And once you reach this state of being, you can even go deeper by letting go more. Or explore, have fun, get to know yourself. Because at the end of the day, meditation is a simple act of being. And by being, you exist. And you exist, you experience. And that's part of the fun. With that, I leave you guys. My name is Perez. Have a good one.